Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel. If you are a new subscriber, welcome, and if you are a return subscriber, welcome back. Everything that I've used in this video will be listed down below, so feel free to check that out if needed. Also, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share so you don't miss whenever I post another video. So I'm just starting off by carving out the top portion of my brows, and I'm just making sure that those are nice and neat. Your brows are supposed to be sisters, not twins, but I like mine as close as possible. And then I'm going to blend out the edges of that before moving on to my foundation. I normally do my brows and then my eyes first, but for today's video, I'm going in with my foundation first. And I'm just applying a little bit from the back of my hand onto my face, and I will apply more if needed. And I'm just stamping that into place, and then once I get down to my neck, I kind of blend that in a little further. And once you have the foundation all blended out, you want to go in with your concealer. The concealer I'm going to be using is a lot lighter than what I wanted or usually use. You want to make sure that you're using a concealer that is 1 to 2 shades lighter than your foundation. But with this, I'm going to show you how I tone it down just a little bit. Before I do that, I'm going in with this bronzer, and I'm just applying my bronzer the same way that I would do if I was applying any type of contour. This is actually what I use to contour because I've yet to find any type of contour products that work for me. So I just like to use this bronzer. If you have a concealer that's not full coverage, let it dry down a little bit. 1 to 2 minutes is good enough, and then blend it out. It will give it a more full coverage look. And I like to blend out my edges first. And as you can see, that harsh line, I'm just taking that foundation brush and blending that in and going over that concealer. Now I'm just blending out that concealer underneath my eyes. And with this, I'm just stamping everything into place and moving it around. And yes, you might find that some concealers dry down faster, so you have to play around with it a little bit to see how long you need to let it sit. But for the most part, you don't need to let it sit for too long. And the reason why I'm applying a second layer of that concealer, because I feel like it didn't sit long enough, but it did sit long enough, but I just wanted a little more brightness. And then again, I'm going to show you how I tone it down just a little bit. And as you can see, I could have actually left it like that because the brightness is just enough. And I'm just taking my foundation brush and whatever's left over, cleaning up the harsh lines. I'm also going to make sure I remove any excess product as well as any creasing that I may have gotten before applying any type of powder. With this powder right now, all I'm doing is setting the concealer into place before baking just a little bit while I'm doing my eyeshadow. I'm also going to apply some of that powder in the places that I apply some concealer as well. And I'm going to let that sit while I'm doing the eyeshadow portion also. I'm going in with the tan shade first, and I'm just applying that as my transition shade. And I'm going to lightly blend that in, and I'm also going to build that color up just a little bit. And now I'm going to take these two shades and mix them together. And I'm going to apply this and make a light line right under that transition color, right above my natural crease. And I'm going to just draw a line going backwards. And I'm just simply making sure that the line is thin enough as well as thick enough that I can see. So when I go to apply the rest of my products, I'm not going over that line. And now I'm just going in with that same brush without applying any type of product on it. And I'm just fading those two shades together. And then I am going to go in just a little bit with some more of that product just to help it blend even further. And now I'm just going to take my concealer and I'm going to follow that line using that as my guide. And I'm just going to go right under it. I'm also going to take my time when doing so because I don't want to have to redo the whole eye look over again. And once you're done with the outline of the concealer, you can go ahead and fill in the blanks. And I'm still taking my time when doing so, using some tapping motions to spread the product all the way through. And once you're done with that, I'm going to go in with this black shade and use this for the outer corner, giving it that more smoky effect. And I'm going to use this little ruler that I got to make sure that that line is nice and crisp because I did my foundation and everything first, and normally I do my eyes first. And for the right color that I want, I'm going to mix these two colors together. And later on, I ended up switching the two shades that I used on accident, and then I just stuck with it. And I'm building this color up by just stamping the color into place and then fading it into that black. I'm not too concerned about blending it out right now. My main focus is on building the color up, and then I will fade it out. I ended up grabbing another palette because I wanted that orange in there as well. I wanted the red to be a little reddish orange and not so much of a red. And I'm still doing stamping motions and building those colors up. And then I went over it a little bit with that red. And I wasn't going to do any type of glitter at first, but then I was like, nope, for this look, it has to have some type of glitter. So I'm going in with that orange glitter, and I'm just applying this to the inner corner and working my way towards the middle. And once I get to the center, I do stop, and I'm going to fade the other colors in so everything can blend together. I added a little more of that glitter because I wanted that glitter to stand out a little more. And I'm going to semi-repeat the same thing on this side because I forgot to apply the concealer first before going in with that black shade. But I am going to apply the concealer before adding the glitter. You can just leave it like this if you want, but since I'm a little extra, I'm applying some gold glitter. And the gold glitter is literally stopping under that black shade as well as above where the other shades meet with the black, just so everything can show through. And I will be applying this glitter all the way to the outer corner. And I'm taking my time when doing this because I want that line to be nice and thin and even. And I'm going to apply my lashes off camera as well as dusting away the excess powder. And right now I just applied a little bit of pressed powder on. And now I'm going to just set everything into place. And I'm applying a little at a time. I'm going to let that dry, and then I ended up going in with another setting spray. Now I'm applying some lip liner, and I'm using a brown lip liner for this look. You can use whatever color you want. For this look, I wanted the red to stand out a little bit more. And since it didn't really stand out in the eye look, I wanted it to stand out for my lips. So I'm just applying a little bit of that brown lip liner. A little goes a long way with this. And then I'm going to apply the red all over the rest of the lip. I hope you all enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss whenever I post another video. And again, everything that I use will be listed down below.